Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I'm just going to tell you, I got ready to do this video and I was like, oh my God, this shirt looks huge. And then I thought, you know what? I don't care. I just don't care. You know, when you get, I was never like this, ever. I was always, I worried about my hair. I worried about everything. I just don't care anymore. It's a good place to be. So anyway, I'm back. I had an amazing weekend. My husband and I went to his family reunion. They tried to figure out how many years they've been doing this reunion. My husband's 61. They've been doing it longer than he's been alive. Anyway, every single year this family gets together. I think it's amazing. It's amazing. And like I said, he's 61. He started out as a little kid. And a lot of the people that are there now started out as little kids. And now they're seeing little kids coming. So anyway, it's awesome. Anyway, to my video today. Gratitude is everything. Everything. He was reading this thing last night. I don't even know what it is. He gets these, I think it's emails or something. And they were talking about having gratitude. And it's not just the words. Yes, words have power. You can't have gratitude and be complaining about something. You can't have gratitude and be in a negative space. It can't be light and dark at the same time. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it's not. So you can say, thank you for whatever, this piece of pie, this house, my car. You can say it. And we were talking about this. It's just that feeling. It is the emotion of gratitude that raises your frequency. I mean, you can literally feel it. How many times do you say, somebody hands you something and you say thank you? And it's just a word, or it's two words. When you honestly sit and you don't have to sit still, you don't have to meditate, you don't have to do anything wonky, just really come to the emotion of gratitude for everything. Everything. Because literally everything has happened for you for a reason. And I think back to the times, it happens more and more. I used to never be like this. I didn't understand this concept. I would say thank you, but it's, like I said, it's the feeling. I told him last night, it is almost like an overwhelming feeling of awe. Sometimes it brings me to tears. It is so powerful. When you truly, truly come to that place of gratitude. And, it's like, the universe wants you to be happy. The universe wants your higher self, God. All of it is one. You're part of all of it. Your soul wants you to be happy. You came here to experience what you came here to experience. The thing is, how are you choosing to experience it? You can go through a trauma and choose to experience it in a victimhood state of, oh my God, this happened to me, and woe is me, and feel sorry for me, and my trauma was worse than your trauma, and let me just tell you about it. Or you can choose to experience it and go, you know what? Yeah, it happened. It's life. I got over it. It made me stronger. I learned from it. Let me tell you, it's exciting. And I thought about this shirt. Anyway, let me finish my point. Hold that thought. When you can come from an excitement, a truly grateful place that something happened, it doesn't matter what it was. You stay in a high vibrational place, and that is where, oh my God, that is where everything, that's where magic happens. That's where God wants you, is to see everything from the higher perspective. We were taught victimhood by the people before us that didn't know any better, because they were taught victimhood. Victimhood is giving your control away, is giving your power away. It's giving your energy to the thing, whatever it was. Take back your power. Take back your energy, your frequency, your control. And when you can look at anything from a place of it just is, and be happy, you just be happy. You cannot control anybody else. You cannot control any other situation. The only thing you have control over is you. And I think back to this shirt, and it says, I'm going to show you, stay. Tomorrow needs you. It's talking about veterans, basically, because this is where the shirt came from. So many of them commit suicide. And I'm not knocking that. I get it. Because they are, and you don't know what you don't know. It was only when I met my husband that I learned what they go through to a point, because I wasn't there. But you take somebody that is taught society, taught life, taught whatever, they go into the military, they do the same basic thing in the police academy. You have to forget what you've learned so they can reprogram you to function under stress, function in severe situations. You can't play victim in those situations. Then they've programmed you to what they want you to know. Then they just ship you out to society. Have a nice life. Society doesn't understand this. People, the normal population that is not law enforcement or military, first responders, they don't understand your mindset. They don't understand how you function, how you think. And you're thrown back out into this and says, just have a nice life. And expected to get it. Expected to just flow back into, it's not even normalcy. It's what you were before, when they just deprogrammed all that out of you for years. Anyway, my point is, what hit me about this shirt, nobody enjoys victimhood. Nobody enjoys being there, and well, I can't say that. Some people enjoy being a victim. Nobody enjoys listening to a victim drone on about what happened to you. Because everybody has their own traumas. Everybody has their own life that happens. So nobody wants to hear you drone on about your life. And I'm speaking from experience because this used to be me. I used to play victim. I used to think I was the victim. Life sucked. Nobody liked me. This is wrong and that's wrong and the other thing's wrong and on and on and on. And it didn't matter what you said. Mine was worse. How many people like that do you know? So the thing is, and I think about some of these veterans that I've met that are older than me. Some of them, yes, still want to drone on about what happened to them. Some of them come from a place of, yes, it happened, but this is what I learned from it. This was the experience. And when you can sit, and it doesn't matter, this is where the older generation, it brings me to tears because I think about my life. And I think about how cold I was and how uncaring I was because it was all about me. And I think about like my grandmother. She had so much wisdom. She had so much knowledge. She came from such a different time, a different place, a different background, and there was so much I could have learned from her. But because I was such an asshole, I was so into myself, I shut her out. I didn't have that time. I didn't care. That's where we are now. When you sit and you honestly have time to listen to these people, and not the people that drone on about what happened to them. I'm talking about the people that can teach you. Learn from their experiences. Learn from their life. That's what the hell we're here for. I think to the indigenous people, where they sit around and the elder people teach the children from their experiences. They teach them life. And now all we do is sit a child down in front of a fucking video game or the TV. And that is supposed to teach our children. No wonder our society is so messed up. Be the person. Whatever you've been through, have gratitude for it. Teach from, and not everybody's a teacher. But when you tell your story, tell it from a place of gratitude. Because you learned from it, you grew from it, you helped others from it. These people have such a story to tell. Yes, some of them, and that's the thing. They feel worthless. They feel like nobody wants to hear their story. And yes, when it comes from woe is me, and let me tell you what happened to me. I was the victim, woe is me. Yes, you know those people. But there are so many wise souls that have lived and experienced stuff that you'll never know about, and history that we're not taught. They lived it. They can teach so much. And yes, tomorrow, though, for those souls, tomorrow needs you. Because you're sure not going to learn it from a history book. You're not going to learn it from anywhere here in life unless you're told by somebody that's been there. And all that stuff, all that knowledge is going to be lost when those people are not here anymore. So it doesn't matter what your past was. It really, it's in the past. You have to let it go. Well, you don't have to. You can choose to live in the past. But that isn't going to get you to a happy future. Have gratitude. Choose to stay in a place of happiness. And look what I got from this experience. This happened for me. Even my darkest hour, where I wanted to end my life, I don't look back on that and go, woe is me, and oh my God, it was terrible and all this kind of stuff, and live in that negative place. I look at that with such gratitude, because that was my pivoting point to wake up. That was my pivoting point to become a better me. Because that non-caring person, that arrogant asshole person that I was before, that I didn't have time for anybody. Now, I don't have time if you're going to feed me victim woe is me. I don't have time because I choose not to put my energy there. If you can see past that and you want to see past that, I can help you come out of that hole. I will reach down and put out my hand to help you out of that hole. You are not pulling me down in that pit with you. I will tell you that. No. But I will help you out of that hole. So many people, when I try to help you out of that hole and all you want to do is give me excuses and you want to continue focusing on the problem, that's why you're there. You're never going to get out of that hole as long as you're focusing on the problem. You get what you focus on. When you focus on the lesson, when you focus on the gratitude, you can't be happy and sad at the same time. It just is impossible. You just physically can't be happy and sad at the same time. So choose to be happy. Choose to focus on the positive. Have gratitude from a place of just that overwhelming. And you know what? It's the same thing with love. You can say, I love you all day long. It's a word. When you really feel it, and if you have a hard time with this because it's not something we're used to, think about one thing you're grateful for. There has to be one thing you're grateful for, or one thing you love. Something that just brings you such peace and such joy and such excitement and such a warm feeling of love. Think about that thing until you are overcome with the feeling of love. And then spread that to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And the same thing with gratitude. Think of something you're grateful for, like really legitimately grateful for. Until you are overcome with this feeling of gratitude. Like it almost overwhelms you. Literally, and sometimes it brings me to tears. Because, and not from a sad place, obviously, but from a place of, oh my God, it is so amazing. It is so powerful. The universe is so abundant. The universe is so giving. I look at my life. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for my life. I couldn't have made this up if I tried. It is better, and it gets better, even more better. It gets even, yeah, okay, it gets more better all the time. Because I focus on the gratitude. I'm happy for where I am. That is where heaven on earth is. When you live from that place, that's heaven on earth. It's not, I told my husband this weekend, because driving back, or driving up there, I can't remember, doesn't matter. There was a sign. What was it? Something about heaven. And I said, we were going through West Virginia, and there are signs through West Virginia. It says almost heaven. And then I think back to my second husband, who before I met him, he hated his life. He hated his wife, the whole kind of thing. He bought a new house, and people asked him, why'd you buy another house when you don't like, you're not happy with your relationship, you hate your wife? And he's like, it's just a better hell. It's not the place. It doesn't matter where you are. You either choose to live in heaven or you choose to live in hell. It is a mindset. That's all heaven and hell is. It's your mindset. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter whether you're in West Virginia and you're almost heaven, or you're sitting right here in my chair in Virginia, or California, which is one of the most messed up states we have in this United States. California, New York, was it Michigan? I don't know. There's a few of them that I just wish we could just flush off the planet. But anyway, you can be there and be in heaven. It's your choice. It's how you choose to look at everything. You can also be in those places and be in hell. It's what you're focusing on. So I hope this helps you. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel. Let me know, are you living in heaven every day, or at least part of the time? You know, and my husband told me, he's like, I'm finally getting to a place where where I feel gratitude. And it happens more and more and more. When you do this, you are remembering how to have gratitude, which is where we are supposed to be. You're born in this existence happy. You learn victimhood and sadness and lack and fear and less than. So I love you. I want everybody to experience such a place of gratitude and love that you truly live in your heaven on earth every day. So have an amazing day. Go live in heaven. Now. Do it now. There's always now. And we will talk soon.